Hello everyone, this is Joe here, and I'm doing a quick little video to give a rundown of all the NBHL stuff we've got going on and what to do, what to expect, and all that. So this is for players and officials, so it would be good for everyone to watch it and understand what's going on if you've not been following the NBHL, and if you have, understand all the rule changes and tweaks that have existed last year. So for referees, you have to wear a helmet, wear your ref jersey, tuck it in, look professional, wear black shorts, black shoes ideally. So one of the big things is we want to look professional and serious and like we've got our shit together. A lot of the other divisions struggled with that. It was noted. People wearing the wrong color helmets, people jerseys not tucked in, all that stuff for referees. So let's try to be the most professional and best looking division we have in the NBHL. So refs, before the game, go through, do a check, make sure you see who's here, who's not. We need to do a very good job tracking all of that. So we can do that with scorekeepers, we can do that just before the game, go a quick little run through. Make sure that you know who the captain is and who their assistant captains are. We don't want everyone to just randomly spout off, and they're pretty strict in terms of, if there's an issue, talk to the captain, don't just talk to the random guy yelling. So that's a big deal. Just make sure we know who's here, who's not, who's in charge, and all of that. So beyond that, refs, know the rule book, pay attention, run hard. We want to make sure that we put a lot of effort in here. We don't have any bad calls. This is treated very seriously. So, do a good job. If you have any questions, reach out in terms of rules or whatever. We are using the USA Ball Hockey Rulebook. Be familiar with it. If you're not, ask questions. I'll go over some of the rule changes, specific rules in a couple minutes, but that's kind of the expectation for the refs. Players. All players must have a helmet, gloves, and shin guards. Helmet has to have a chin strap. Chin strap cannot be like tape or something weak like that. String, ideally something that latches. So do it. If not, it's a penalty. Wear gloves. Gloves have to have padding. Shin guards can be anything. It can be smaller, bigger, doesn't matter, but they have to wear shin guards. If you don't have shin guards, it's a penalty. If a player you think is ineligible, there's a way to deal with that. So if you think that the other team has a player who's ineligible, reach out and we will take care of that. There's a form you can fill out. I can forward it to you if you believe that is the case. So as we had mentioned, helmets, gloves, shin pads, no big deal. So there's one rule they're mandating this season is no J hooks on helmets. So I will go through that in a separate video at the end to kind of explain what they are, what the issue is, and how to deal with it. Have this dealt with before your first game because we cannot allow players with J hooks to play. This issue came up in the Milak Cup, and as a result, some players missed a fair amount of their first game because they had to have it removed. So try to do it as soon as possible. We can help you out, sometime during the week if needed, or show up early and we'll have the tools necessary to address it. So, all right, on to gameplay. USA Ball Hockey Rulebook, 10-minute stop clock periods, 3 periods, 10 minutes, 5 on 5. Overtime, 3 minutes, 3 on 3. Shootout, three shooters. After the 3 shooters, anyone can shoot until we get a winner. Nice and easy. Referees, if you feel like one side's an advantage to another, we can move everyone to one side, not a big deal. We play indoors here, so it is usually not going to be a factor. Playoff games, 5 minutes, 5 on 5, continuous, no issues with that. Each team gets 1 timeout per game, 30 seconds. Blue line icing, same normal things, no changes on icing. If a team shoots it out from behind the blue line, it doesn't happen as much here because we've got netting. No changing on that as well. When an icing happens, and when an icing happens, the non-offending team can choose which side they want the face-off on. So if you're the referee, just ask, hey, I want it on, which side do you want it on? If you're taking the draw, if you're a center, let the ref know. It's something we can streamline by the halfway through the first game, but let's just make sure we all work together to get the rule properly. No video replays, high stick, not a penalty. On a high stick on a ball, no penalty, but it's an automatic whistle, dead ball, one zone back from where the foul occurs. Delay a game in the last 2 minutes is a penalty shot, so that involves too many players, that involves freezing it, stepping on the ball in the corner, trying to just hold it for a whistle. It's a penalty shot, so keep the ball moving, and if you're going to pin it up against the wall, that will be called for a delay of game. So just be aware of it. We don't want players two-handing each other to try to free a ball. We don't want any injuries, so just make sure that you're keeping the ball moving. Hand passes, defensive zone to defensive zone. The defensive zone is blue line and back. As it originates there and ends there, we're totally good. If not, it's a problem. Show up to your games on time. We're not going to wait for players. We're not going to wait for goalies. Games are starting on time. We're going to be strict on that this season. So make sure you're there, you're ready to go, and we'll talk about some more of that stuff in a second. Don't change stats if you have access to the stats. Do not tell the scorekeeper who scored. It's not your job. The officials report all the goals. If you're adjusting your stats or doing any things like that, anyone who's altering their stats will receive a suspension, 2 games. So do not do it. Let the refs do their job, let the scorekeeper do their job, and nice and easy. No fighting. 10-game suspension automatic, which is the season plus playoffs. Do not throw any punches. This happens in a lot of other divisions. I think in the DC area we don't really have too much in terms of fighting, so don't fight. Don't use any very problematic language. Don't say something you don't want your family and friends to know you've said. Nothing homophobic, nothing transphobic, nothing racist. Don't be a crappy person. Let everyone play and don't deal with any of mean things that we don't want to deal with. That's an automatic 10-game suspension minimum. That's your season and possibly your next season. So don't do it. All right, penalties. Minor penalties, minute and a half. Majors, 5. Misconducts, 5. The change for minors goes from a minute to a minute and a half. In overtime, power plays are 4-on-3, and then when the penalty expires, if it expires, it'll go to 4-on-4. Then on the next whistle, it'll go back to 3-on-3. Coincidental penalties, 5-on-5 if they're in the same play. If they occur on different plays, say what team's taking it down and there's a tripping call, delayed penalty, other team gains possession, holds it, and then they do something to trip the other team as well. So if they occur on 2 separate plays, it's going to go to 4-on-4. So it kind of negates the coincidental aspect of it. Jerseys, if you're a roster player, wear your team jersey. You have to wear a team jersey. Number, try to make sure you wear your number, but if there's an issue with that, goalie jersey you're allowed to wear. You can wear an extra team jersey if they exist. Make sure that referees make sure you record the players and the number they're wearing before the game. If a player's wearing an incorrect jersey, the other team can challenge it, and there's penalties involved. So, penalties occur in the first period. Call it out. If it's third period and you notice an issue, too late. First period or like first shift or their first shift after the first period. So if the person's got an incorrect jersey, you can't just hold them out for the first period and then put them out in the second and you're good. The first time they step on the ice after the first, you can still get them. If the player's called for a jersey issue, someone else on the floor has to sit, and then the player is removed until the player with the jersey issue is removed until they find a correct jersey or they can't play. Do not alter your jerseys. Don't cut them. Don't do anything like that. Leave the sleeves on and look uniform and professional-ish. So that's about it. Goalies, if you're a roster goalie, wear your jersey. If there's an issue in terms of sizing, let me know, and we can address that as it happens. If you're not rostered, you don't have to wear a jersey. That's related to the team. But, that's kind of it right there. Make sure you're wearing your jersey, make sure you're wearing the proper uniform, proper safety gear, and we should be good. suspensions. I'm not going to go through that. It's a lot of stuff. Don't do dumb stuff and you won't get suspended. If you do, I will reach out to you and we will address it. So, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. Thanks to everyone who's in the league. Thanks to everyone who's helping out reffing and scorekeeping and all of that. So, yes, that's what we have right now. Stay tuned. I'll have a quick little video on J-hooks, what they are, what the issues are, and how to address it. So, thank you very much, and we will see you at the rink.
One of the big things we talked about earlier is J-hooks on helmets. So J-hooks, J-clips, these little things right here, you'll see it. Usually it's to keep a cage in place, right here. These things need to be removed from helmets. They're a safety hazard. Sometimes, I'm guessing what happened was someone went to the boards and they got gash on their face. So NBHL rule is remove the J-hooks on the helmets. We will have tools on Saturday to do so. We'll try to have some screwdrivers and all that, but please, if you can do it earlier, do it. It's a safety issue, and you're not allowed to play if you have a J-hook on your helmet. So please get it resolved as soon as possible. Thank you.